And away we go. It is the Nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar right here on BearcatJournal.com. Go see our good friends at Hail Mary's. They're located in Cheviot. They're right on Harrison Avenue. So they're inside the Dora District. You can go from bar to bar with your drinks, but no need for that. Just hang out at Hail Mary's. They've got 27 TVs, a 9-screen video wall, the DirecTV sports package so you can watch all the games. And, of course, Cincy Sports will always be on the video wall, which right now is pretty much just the Bearcats. So yeah, go watch the Bearcats this Saturday as they take on UCF. If you can't make it to Nippert Stadium, bucket specials at Hail Mary's for the game. All right, Aaron, let's get this started. I've got something first before we get into. I know, thanks. I got something first before we get into the weekly recap, Aaron. I have. I've got to do my Big 12 poll tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I rank the Bearcats? Texas Tech is 1.
They're easy. Easy.
After that, I guess Arizona State is 2. But if we're weighing those losses, like, I think a loss to Nebraska looks better than their loss to Mississippi State.
Yeah.
BYU is 3. I don't love BYU. I mean, I guess
Mississippi State hasn't beat. I mean, their wins right now are Southern Miss, Arizona State, Alcorn State, and Northern Illinois, with losses to Tennessee and A&M.
Mm-hmm. I'm probably going to go 4, but I don't know if I believe it. I think there's a case for 2. I think the wins over Kansas and Iowa State are significantly better than anything Arizona State has.
I think I go, without trying to sound homerific, I think I go 3. I think I put Cincinnati. I slapped them at 3. I think until BYU loses, I don't know that I drop BYU below Cincinnati.
I can't put Arizona State beat TCU, so I'm not going to put TCU above Cincinnati right now.
I'm just saying I think it's Tech, BYU, Cincinnati, Arizona State, Iowa State.
There was a lot of talk in the group chat about, we know 1 and 2, but I think 3 through like 12 are all about the same. Cincinnati went on the road and beat Kansas. They kicked Iowa State's butt for 45 minutes. The only thing that made that game look close was the officiating. I don't know. I don't know. I chimed in and said 1 Texas Tech, 2 Cincinnati. You're right. Everybody else is kind of bunched up from there.
Like I said, there's something to be said for wins. And until BYU loses, I think that it's fair to give them that spot.
I would have BYU ahead of Cincinnati. The question, I guess, is Arizona State and Cincinnati.
I think that's probably the bigger question. And I think then it might be everybody else. And sure, Iowa State can try and build a case, but
TCU has not looked great lately.
Well, you also have to consider, you can't just not consider the injuries. They're not coming back. They're done for the season. Like, this is your team now. I'm sorry that that's the way it works, but that's the way it works.
True. All right, let's get to it. Tune in tomorrow. The Big 12 poll from the 24/7 Sports Publishers runs in the morning. BYU 38-24 over West Virginia. West Virginia was pesky, but Bert Bachmeier, 351 yards passing. How about that for old number 47? As BYU Bear, whatever. 28-10 at the half. They coasted out the rest of the way. They went 38-24. BYU's defense is really good. So that they have a side of the ball that is dominant, and it seems like their offense is at least starting to come together.
Well, 3 out of the 5 games they've played, they've scored they've scored 34 or more. And that's I don't know that I can. I mean, Bachmeier had 300 and almost 400 all-purpose yards, and I don't know that I can talk my shit about Bear Bachmeier any longer. You did it, 350 yards. That's a great day. Although 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Of course, you would have liked to sprinkle a little bit more touchdowns passing wise. Anyway, he did add 1 on the ground, and then LJ Martin has 21 carries, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns there. So. Well done. Good win.
Yeah, BYU's good. That's going to be that there could be a lot on the line when the Bearcats take on the Cougars later in the season at Nippert Stadium. Texas Tech rolling 35-11 over Houston. Game was never really in doubt. Texas Tech looks like a wagon. Morton 345 and a touchdown. They're really good, man. There's really just not much question about who's number 1 in this league right now.
No, there was one weird play where a guy bobbles a kickoff, or maybe it was a kickoff, or perhaps a punt. I guess maybe it was a punt. You're muted. But yeah, he
bobbled the punt, got hit, and they called kick catch interference.
We have to do something about this. We have to make this rule very crystal clear. If you're bobbling it, your halo is gone. You have no halo if you are bobbling the ball. I don't care. If it is not secured immediately, you should be lit up. The end.
Yeah. Especially because, like, when you looked at it, when he first touched it, there was nobody within, like, 4 yards.
Correct.
He bobbled it 3 times and got, like, that's legal.
Light them up like
the rules say it's not, but
light them up like a Christmas tree. Yes, light them up like a Christmas tree.
That's a bad rule.
Agreed. In this one, though, you did mention Baron Morton. Also, Jacoby Williams, 19 carries, 107 yards and 2 touchdowns. They also had Cameron Dickey, 21 for 98. So they had over 200 yards with their 2 running backs. I don't know what facet of the game Texas Tech is not good at this point.
They're really good.
2 picks.
I mean, they are
2 picks, a fumble recovery. They did it.
They are far and away the best team in the league right now. I don't think it's close.
No,
I don't think it's close. Moving right along, Kansas State gets up early, kind of gives it back a little bit right before the half. Then they score 14 unanswered in the third quarter. Looks like they're pulling away with it, 31-17. Not so fast. Baylor outscores them 18-3 in the fourth quarter. I like Baylor, but this thing they're doing where they fall behind and then they storm back, like, that's not sustainable. It's not sustainable.
No, I know last week I talked about how that whole week muddied the water. I think this game muddies the water for both Kansas State and Baylor. I thought Kansas State was bad. Maybe they're not. I thought Baylor was good. Maybe they're not. We knew at least their offense was good. At this point, I don't know that their offense is even good. I know that Sawyer Robertson is good.
Yeah.
And that might be as far as I'm willing to extend that grace at this point. You shouldn't be Kansas State. I don't believe Kansas State is good. But
I believe Kansas State is talented, but that doesn't necessarily make them good.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like they were one of the favorites in the conference for a reason. There's plenty of talent there. I don't know that they're good.
They can't figure out how to put it all together at this point. But Baylor, yeah, I think you're right as far as it being sustainable. They're going to run into what's their schedule look like coming up. You got, we'll find out quick. You got TCU, Cincinnati, Utah, and Arizona, 4 of your last 6 games.
Yeah. I don't trust them. And I was at home, and they let Kansas State kind of have their way with them for 3 quarters before storming back for a victory.
4-2 might be a little prettier than what their team is at this point.
Yeah. Arizona 41-13 winners over Oklahoma State. I like Arizona. They've got a stat, Aaron, that surprised me today that I saw floating around the interwebs.
Hit me.
They are the only team in America not to allow a passing touchdown.
Wow.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive.
Through 5, yeah.
Yeah. No passing touchdowns through 5 games. Papita, 28-38 for 376 and 5. Oklahoma State had that like the 1 week bump where you fire your coach and you guys get all, we're doing it for Gundy, and then they came crashing back down to earth.
I think you're still giving them far too much grace in that game. If it had gone as well as what you're saying, then they wouldn't have fired the defensive coordinator immediately thereafter.
Aaron, my point being, they were getting dog walked every week. And then last week, they showed a little life. Like, they didn't get destroyed. They lost. They didn't almost win the game.
It was 45-27.
Right, but that's life for as bad as Oklahoma State has been this year. They did not have life yesterday.
27 is more points than almost as many points as what they had scored the entire
all season. Right. That's what I'm saying. They showed a little bit of fight. I didn't say they were good. Like, relax. But Arizona, they can do some damage in this league. Yeah. Big time pass defense. I mean, they've got a pretty favorable, BYU coming up next, then Houston and Colorado. You can get a couple wins there. Kansas, Cincinnati, Baylor, Arizona State. So it's tough to end the season. But I would keep an eye on them against BYU this weekend. Just keep an eye.
That's a pretty tough slate. The only team that you're playing right now left on your schedule that doesn't already have 4 wins in 5 games or more is Colorado. It's a tough slate.
It is. Colorado, TCU. TCU wins 35-21. Another one that was close going into the fourth quarter. I don't have any. My faith is quickly running out on TCU. Again, much like Baylor, like Josh Hoover's good. 23 of 33, 275, 4 touchdowns. I don't love the rest of what TCU is doing. Outside of their quarterback is really good. But they managed to hang on. Big fourth quarter, 21 points in the fourth quarter. They win 35-21.
Their run game, 35 carries, 94 yards for an average of 2.7. That's horrendous.
Yeah, and their defense not great. So their passing game is really, really good.
Yeah.
The rest of it,
Yeah, 3 picks and a fumble recovery. That's more turnovers in one game created than Cincinnati has the entire season.
Yeah. Well, the refs are taking them away now. Anyhow, finally, a little bit of a surprise in the bounce house. I think maybe Kansas a little at their ego a little bruised after last week against the Bearcats. They struggled mightily with I think UCF's defense is good. I think their offense is just dreadful outside of, they just run inside zone over and over and over and over again. Miles Montgomery looks great, but they don't have anything else on offense. Kansas hangs on 27-20. Got a couple stopped at the goal line at the end of this one to knock off a pesky Knights of Gold.
Yeah, Montgomery had almost over a quarter of their offense by himself, nearly a third. That said, Jalen Daniels, 235, 18 of 26. That's it. I mean, no touchdowns, no picks. He took care of the ball, I guess. I I don't know what their run game was doing. 30 carries, 123 yards, 3 touchdowns for LaShawn Williams. So at least he got in the end zone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess this goes back to I still don't know what we know about UCF. I don't know if they're good. I don't know if they're bad. I think they're somewhere in purgatory.
I think their offense stinks. Like their defense is. You could do some damage in this league if you had a competent offense. Their passing game is atrocious.
Yeah, 22 of 37 for their 2 quarterbacks as Taven Jackson got injured in this one. 176, 4.8 yards per pass.
Yeah.
Not great.
No, their air attack is brutal. Looking at the conference, Aaron, BYU, Texas Tech, Arizona State, and Cincinnati are the 4 teams at 2-0 to this point. Iowa State, Baylor, and Kansas at 2-1. Arizona, Houston, TCU, and Utah 1-1. Kansas State 1-2. UCF and Oklahoma State 0-2. Colorado 0-3. West Virginia 0-3.
Yeah, you also have 4 ranked teams as things currently stand. Texas Tech at number 9, BYU at number 18, Arizona State at 21, Iowa State at 22, and Kansas coming in at 26, ranked as high as 14 on one AP pollsters ballot. But
lost to Cincinnati at home, go on the road, struggle against UCF. 14 is a little bit of a stretch for Kansas.
No, Cincinnati was at 14.
Oh, you said Kansas was 26.
No, I didn't mean. Maybe I thought I said Cincinnati. Cincinnati is 26, and they had
in the AP, 28 in the coaches, right?
And Cincinnati had that 14 vote.
Yeah.
I sworn I said Cincinnati.
You said Kansas. I promise. Clip it, Ed.
Check the tape.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up. We will see you tomorrow night for the BBP. Until then, this is the Nightcap, brought to you by Hail Mary Sports Bar, right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya!